Sorry, guys. I'm arguing with some girl because she assumed I can't have an agenda. I can't have an opinion based off my gender.
Hello there.
I don't know, just some girl. She's like, this is literally our conversation, but she's just either one can't be reasoned with. Oh, I trolled this girl before, tried to tell her oh god, it's such a messed up thing. I'm not gonna talk about it on stream and what I did. I didn't do anything like incriminating. It's just kind of fucked up what I did. I didn't do anything like ruin her life or nothing. God no. But this is what started it, right? Because I posted my story about abortions and how they should be limited, and she's like, "You're a boy, so you have no say so whether a girl can have an abortion or not." And I said, I know, I said that in my video, but I also explained how it should be controlled." She said, "Controlled?" Question mark. I said, "Yes." She's like, "What do you mean controlled?" It's like, if you watched my story, you would understand. She said, "Yes, I did, and it made no sense." I was like, "Ah, simple mind then." And then she's like, "If a girl wants an abortion, then she can get an abortion." And I said, "Well, what I mean by controlled is look at it this way. There's a deer season, right? So if we have it limited, then it won't be a problem. Now, I'm not saying abortion is allowed in only 1 month or something. No, I mean, it's dumb how a girl can be a slut or a whore and get an abortion every week, day, I mean, even though you can't get an abortion every day, but, they get abortions like their second nature because they want to sleep around with all these guys." And then she said, "I think some people just think girls, hold on, fuck. I accidentally scrolled down." She said, I think some people just don't think girls care, but it's a lot to go through because I know someone that has one and she still hurts to this day. And I understand. I even say in my videos, abortion's hard. A kid can ruin your life, whether it is aborted or not. And I mentioned that in my story. I get it. It could be hard mentally on and physically on women. And I said I state that too in my story. I look at both sides. She's like, "What do you mean a slut?" I said, like if a girl gets knocked up all the time, because I guess she didn't know, so they're always getting abortions, and a girl can sleep with whoever. Okay, she's texting me, so it keeps doing my thing. Okay, she's just saying just basic bullshit. And then she said a girl can sleep with whoever she wants to sleep with. That's not how it works, dumbass. And I was like, ah, but it does. And then she's like, "Do you have two brain cells?" And then I said no, because then I wouldn't be able to text. And she said something about you can't get an abortion every day. I'm like, I know, I mentioned that too. I'm just saying that as a reference point. And then she's like, "No, you're just talking shit." And then I said, "Yes, because because I said, ah, yes, I am. Because you didn't assume that I can't have an opinion based off my gender." And she keeps texting, and I'm just ignoring her. She probably thinks she's talking down to me, but I'm just gonna ignore her at this point. But and she says you don't have a say so whether a girl can get an abortion or how many people she wants to sleep with, huh? I said you can't be reasonable. She's like, "Oh, so you think I'm one of those people that say they hate men?" I said probably. She's like, "No, I actually hate girls that do that." I was like, "Listen, I support abortion. I just don't think it should happen as often as it does." She said, "If you knew, you wouldn't have heard of the amount of times I get annoyed at a girl." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know you. You don't know me. It's how things work." And then this is what she said while I was messing up. He said, "You can't control how many people get an abortion, just like how you can't control how many people give birth. There should be no, in quotes, just or, in quotes, but after you're saying you support abortion. If a girl doesn't want to," she's saying I have to be one-sided, is what she's saying right there. Meaning if I say I support abortion, but, or it's just, she's saying I can't look at it one way. I have to look at it one way. That's called being closed-minded and pre-programmed. I'm sorry, but that's not me, baby. And then she said, if a girl doesn't want to have a baby, then she doesn't want to have a baby. It's that simple. And yes, it can be avoided by using protection, but you could say the same thing about other shit as well. I'm gonna say sure, but you're killing a human. But I also talk about that too. I'm just gonna say yes, but you're killing a baby. And I just thought of a really good comeback for the next person that calls. Like, hold on. Drug boy. Oh my god, are people like making... That's not Caleb, is it? Sorry. I mean... it's gonna point if you're just gonna spam someone with a picture of your blanket. There's no real point. I think people are just trying to be upset about that. Okay, that's another argument, though. I'm not gonna get into that because I don't really know the full story there, so I'm not gonna care. But yeah, it's just dumb. Like, I don't want to be political on my streams because I don't really care about your political opinions, nor do I care about mine, or you guys care about mine. But I just feel like that was really dumb how this girl's not really looking at it one way, and then a clump of cells. She just tried to call me. Okay, I'm gonna send a voice message. Okay, I sent her a voice message, pretty much just stating how I feel. So let's get into this. But yeah, like, I'm not against abortions, if that's what you guys are wondering. I'm not at all. Just, I just don't agree with them, but I feel like they're not a bad idea because they could help in some scenarios. One, overpopulation. That's always good. They take control of. I mean, I don't want to compare it to animals, but like it's like the best way to compare it in my opinion. So like think of it this way, right? There's a deer season, right? So we let deer roam, but then every like 2 weeks out of every like 3 months, right? We go hunt them. Now I'm not saying a woman can only get an abortion within like 2 weeks. No, I'm just saying that it's controlled, right? Because there's not overpopulation. Now I'm not saying that people need to get abortions to prevent overpopulation, but if we just look at it in a mutual standpoint of, let's say a woman is raped. I said this on my Snapchat story. Let's say if a woman is raped, right? Or a woman is being forced to have kids or something, she's so raped, right? And the rapee did not pull out or didn't use protection or he just didn't care. And he did it anyways. Now that woman is pregnant at the age of 14 and she needs, or the age of 26 or the age of 50. She's not pregnant and she doesn't want to have that kid because a kid can ruin your life. Seriously, whether it's born or not, it can ruin your life. Because if you get an abortion, yes, I understand it's mentally tough. I mean, I don't understand because I will never have to go through that because I'm a male and I understand that. So I don't know if it's tough or not, but I could see how it could be. Being to go through that stress if you want to keep it or not, and I could see that being difficult. Now I can't say I relate to it because I could never. I'm a male, but again, I can agree with people. It's not that hard to agree, but one thing I just can't seem to wrap my head around is how people can't understand how it should be controlled. Because I'll mention it to people and they don't understand. And I've been saying a lot. I sound like a broken record. So let me just go ahead and explain what I mean. So what I mean simply is if a girl's gonna go get knocked up every week, then she needs to suffer the consequences. Either wrap your willy, don't be silly, or just pick a better taste in men that aren't gonna do that, or just don't be a whore. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying all women are whore because they sleep with a bunch of guys. God, no. But if you're just using guys for sex, and you get knocked up, listen, I don't think, that's one thing I don't get about, like, you know, girls that are like that. I don't want to say feminist because I support feminism to an extent. Because feminism, the original meaning was equality for all genders. Now it's kind of just dictatorship. But same with the Black Lives Matter movement. It was originally equality for, you know, justice for all people, especially colored. But now it's kind of like just riot fest. I'm not saying they're all like that, but you know, I'm not gonna talk about that because that's not what we're talking about here. But the thing is, how do I put this in words? If you're just gonna sit there and simply just, I don't know, if you're just gonna simply use guys for sex and get pregnant all the time and then expect an abortion, you know, is it really approachable? You know? But if it's like, that's why I say I support them but don't, because if you're just gonna sit there and get an abortion every week, then you make the rest look bad, right? And then, one, you're killing a child, no matter how way you look at it. Even if and I get it, it might not even be human, it's just a bunch of cells, it's not even technically a living. But you gotta look at it this way. In the long run, you just played God. You know? And no one should be able to play God. No matter what your religion is, you can't play God. Alright? And even if you don't even believe in God, well, you don't get to play the Reaper. Alright? You don't get to play the judge, jury, and executioner. Alright? You can't decide this person's fate, judge them off of it, and then execute them. It's an unborn child. Even if it is, okay, fine, and let's say it's not a child. Okay, that's your argument. Then it's undeveloped cells. You just gave those cells not a chance to develop. Like you gave, with those cells would have been a future human to not live their life. Because all we know, that baby you just murdered could have been the next Bill Gates. Not saying that would happen, but just hypothetically speaking.